Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of New York, Season 15, Episode number 14, Quit Your Beachin. That was a stupid one.
It was a stupid one. I really don't like that name, but
So
what
we're in
do I know?
I know. Day 3 of Puerto Rico. We pick up on the beach where we left off. Ubah's still yelling, this place is disgusting. Erin, Brynn, and Raquel all go in the water. Brynn is saying that Ubah should not be complaining.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't know if I would have gone in the water either, but there are dead birds on beaches.
And it wasn't a pigeon. We now know it wasn't a pigeon. And, it happens. It's nature,
It is nature.
And I do think that her reaction was a little strong and it came off a little tone deaf and a little entitled.
Yes. Yes.
And Raquel says that she's going to pull her aside and talk to her when she's out in the water.
I do understand her saying to Sai, don't go in the water, because Sai has the issue with the foot. And God forbid that got infected.
100%.
And you're in Puerto Rico. You're not at home where I get it. But Sai's a big girl. She can make her own decisions. You could say it as a friend and then back off.
Right. Right. And I mean, Sai does pull out her condom for her foot just for the sand, actually.
Did you watch What Happens Live after?
Did I watch it?
Where they played the game, could a condom fit over?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. That was so funny.
I just like what Andy said. He was like, we've wasted a lot of time on this show before, but never doing this. This is very funny.
It was funny. That was funny. I'll be honest with you. I thought the most cringe scene of this whole episode was when Brynn got out of the water and she was rolling on the beach in front of that teenage lifeguard.
That was so bad. So cringe.
It really was.
Absolutely.
It was bad. It was really bad.
I mean, I would hope she wouldn't be attracted to somebody that young. And so why?
Right.
Just for the show?
Yeah, it's just for shock value. It's just so she could flirt. There was nobody else there for her to flirt with. I don't even know that she was attracted to him. I mean, Sai said she's never seen, her flirt with a teenager. It's usually the dads, which, that is her MO.
Mm-hmm. But don't call her out on it.
No, even though it's her tagline. It was her tagline last season. And then we see Erin goes on that water jet thing. I mean, I give her a lot of credit. That looks hard.
I'd give her a lot of credit for doing that. That could not be easy. I can't even stand up on water skis. Never mind try to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and she kept falling, but she kept trying again. She's not a quitter. Erin is not a quitter.
No, that was impressive, because the last time she got up, she stayed up a decent amount of time.
Yeah, she did. Then when she gets out of the water, she said that she thinks a fish bit her ass, and there actually was like a red mark on her. So something could have been like a jellyfish or something stung her.
Yeah, and that hurts.
Yeah, yeah. And then Rebecca and Jessel, while they're out in the water, they go off to get coconut water, and it starts raining on the beach, like it's like downpouring.
Yeah.
So they all leave the beach and they go back to the villa. And Erin goes into Ubah's room and Jessel's in there, and she gives the girls some chocolate and asks Jessel how she's doing. And Jessel's talking about how Brynn was so activated. And then Rebecca walks in. Jessel asks Erin what was said about her. And Ubah knows what was said. We know that Ubah knows what was said because Sai told Ubah. Ubah says, no, I want to hear what you heard, Erin. Because she says to her, well, go ask Brynn. She goes,
and
no,
she's kind of given Erin the opportunity to say that she was talking too.
Right.
But she really kind of doesn't.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. And then Erin's like, well, I'm not going to say then, because then you're going to say that I'm a pigeon and I'm gossiping.
So I think that Erin picks and chooses who she's going to be loyal to. And then right now she's being loyal to Brynn, but not to Jessel.
She's definitely not being loyal to Jessel. Honestly, I think the only person who's really loyal to Jessel is one, Ubah.
Mm-hmm.
Sai is, she has regret.
Jenna is.
Jenna's never said anything negative. I don't know, though. I mean, I'm sure Jenna would stick up for her, like if she was a part of that conversation, you know?
Yes. Yeah. I just don't think it's in Jenna to gossip about people or to sit around while other people are doing it.
No, I mean, she's a grown woman. And so are these women. Like, they shouldn't be doing it either. So then Brynn goes into Jenna's room and says that you need to choreograph their synchronized swimming. So I thought that was interesting. I had no idea they were going to be doing that.
I know. And Jenna did it when she was younger, she said, right? Or she watched it on the Olympics and no, I thought she said she did it.
She did it. No, she did it when she was younger. She did it when she was younger. And Brynn says, I know it's been a few days, but I'm still thinking about Jenna's bush. So she wanted to recreate it. So she spent a lot of money on Amazon Prime to get it shipped to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I could have done without all that.
I know. I really could have too. Sai says we all know Ubah has a hard time controlling her emotions. Raquel says she's going to talk to her privately about what happened on the beach. So then they're all outside, and Brynn planned for them to all be outside, like hanging out, waiting for Jenna to walk out. And Jenna walks out, and she says, she's got the swimming cap on and she's ready to choreograph. And she's not really catching on to it, like what's happening. And then Erin's like, oh, it's so itchy. And then they all start like making it obvious.
Right.
And then Jenna catches on to it. She does laugh at it. I mean, she is a very good sport.
She's a very good sport.
She really is. She really is.
Yeah.
So she's laughing at it. Jenna's laughing at it. And she says to the girls, like, you have it all wrong. And she starts like restyling it. And Brynn's like, I love how her first reaction is that she needs to restyle all of us. And that's so true. That is so true. Not only is she like laughing with them, laughing at it, she is restyling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Raquel goes into Ubah's room and says, I don't think it was very nice that you ran out there and you said on the beach that it was disgusting. It says, well, it is disgusting. And if I went to my country and there was like a dead lion there, I would say that's disgusting too. Okay. But
she didn't hear what Raquel was saying. I mean,
no.
She might have heard it, but she wasn't
getting it.
She wasn't receiving it. And she really does have a hard time listening when people try to explain their feelings about something she did. She's very defensive, Ubah.
She's very defensive. Raquel says, but that's rude. Do you know what this island has been through? Referring to Puerto Rico. And Sai's agreeing with Raquel. And then Ubah says, you guys are both picking on me because I'm not Puerto Rican. No, Ubah, that's not what it was about. It was about that you're being disrespectful to this island that is allowing us to film here. And that is my home country. And this is where I said was my favorite beach. And your words can hurt. And they can have an economic impact on a vacation destination.
Right. Right. That, like you said, is allowing us to film here right now.
Right. Right. So then they're outside. They're still not doing the synchronized swimming yet. I don't know why. Brynn says, let's text your man. Erin says, all right, let me get my phone. So then Erin calls Abe on speakerphone and says, hey, it's me with Brynn. It's just the three of us. We're hanging out in the bathroom. Brynn is talking. We're hanging out in the bathroom together. All the ladies are listening. Erin says, don't be weird. And then Ubah's getting really upset and she yells out that you're on speakerphone and everyone's listening to you. She walks out and says, this is not cool. And listen, I understand that she thought it was inappropriate to do that to Abe in front of everybody on camera. I understand that, and I think even Erin mentioned it on Watch What Happens Live that, she was doing it out of respect for Abe. It wasn't that she didn't trust Erin or thought she was just doing it out of respect for Abe.
I totally agree. I didn't think what Ubah did was so wrong. I thought, God forbid this guy really thought that this was happening.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why Erin would do that. I know it's a joke, but I think Erin is pushing the envelope a little far with Abe. Like, this guy is a really good sport. But what if, God forbid, he really took that serious and went along with it? Because they've talked about he's talked about swinging in the past,
Well, the producers asked him that. Like, so he had a confessional afterwards, and the producers said to him, "Did you, if he ever thought about having a threesome with Brynn?" He said, "No, that breaks the rules of swinging." And the producer said, "Well, what are the rules of swinging?" He says, "Well, it's got to be with somebody you don't know, because then if you see them again, it'll be awkward."
And I'm not into swinging, but I totally respect that rule.
Yes, I respect that rule as well. Also not into swinging, but the fact that one, he did a confessional about it. Two, we've seen him talk about other things that we would think to be uncomfortable. I mean, Erin's already showed his penis to her friends on camera, right? So Abe is a good sport.
He's a very good sport.
He's a good sport. And I think they have a very good relationship. And she did say that she texted him before she made the call and he knew that she was doing it.
Yeah, see, but that's the point. Like, we didn't know that.
Right. And
And
neither
did
did Ubah.
Ubah know that?
No, neither did Ubah.
So I can see why Ubah did what she did.
Yeah.
It would have made me feel very uncomfortable if that were going on around me with a married couple. It's just what you do behind closed doors is your business. But this is on national television and nobody knew your husband was in on it.
Right. Right. And I don't think Brynn knew either.
No. You know what I found interesting? So Rebecca said something about sending a nude. And Brynn says Rebecca seemed real comfortable sending a nude. So maybe those rumors were true. You know, the rumors about her being pregnant and not knowing who the father was. Brynn said that about Rebecca.
When? In this episode?
Yeah, right before they called Abe. She was like, oh, Rebecca seemed real comfortable with that nude. So maybe those rumors were true. Now, for somebody who just got so jacked up because somebody said maybe you slept with somebody to get this job, why are you saying that this rumor could be true because she felt comfortable sending a nude? Like, there's too many double standards with Brynn.
And Brynn knows that that was just made up.
Right.
And that Rebecca was part of that.
Exactly.
That's just shit. I miss that. That annoys me about Brynn.
Yeah, she's just annoying. She's just annoying this season. I don't know what happened to her. She was fairly likable last season, but I don't know. So that's why Brynn said everyone was consenting, because I have written here, Abe didn't know, but I didn't realize he did know.
Yeah. So then Jessel goes to check on Ubah, and Ubah's like, it's all jokes and fun, but when it comes to husbands, it should be off limit. Jenna thinks that Ubah's making assumptions that Erin doesn't care for her husband, and if anyone should have a problem with it, it should be Abe. Then they go back out, and like Ubah's sitting off to the side, and she drops her glass, and it breaks. And then the ladies get up, and they're actually going to go to learn the synchronized swimming.
I'm going to need one of those caps. Could you imagine how fast I could swim if I had one of those caps?
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
I would be like lightning.
I mean, I think you'd probably get a swim without the flowers on it, but the flowers do look good.
Yeah, I need a sleek one, yeah.
Yeah, but they did look stylish, the flowers.
Yes, absolutely.
So Jenna starts teaching them the moves, and Jenna keeps calling Rebecca Rachel by mistake.
Oh my God, what was that?
I have no idea, but that was so awkward.
So awkward. That was so awkward.
I know. It was very awkward. Brynn said in her confessional, Ubah is a Ferrari. She goes from 0 to 130. I have to agree with that. She does.
I agree with that.
I don't remember what happened at this point, but then I have Ubah starts yelling at Erin, and Ubah gets up and splashes her as Erin walks away because she doesn't want to engage. What was that about? What were they yelling about?
I don't know. I have that Ubah wasn't letting Erin say what she wanted to say, because I think Erin, so after they did the synchronized swimming, which I loved how they, they
edited it.
Yes, how they edited it. It was great.
Because it was horrible watching them do it, but then when they put it together and with the music, it was way better.
The black and white, that was really good.
Yes, it was.
And I guess Erin moves over in the pool towards Ubah to talk to her about, I guess, what just had happened with the Abe phone call and, whatever else. Ubah, she just was not listening. She just doesn't listen. She doesn't. And I know you're not good friends with these people, but you have to give people a chance to talk before you run them over with your thoughts.
Right. Right. So Erin does walk away because she doesn't want to engage. I guess Ubah thinks that Erin was doing something to harm her husband by calling him on speaker. Ubah's telling Brynn that she's fake. You're not who you say you are.
Right.
Brynn calls her a commercial airline and she flies private. So she's calling Ubah the commercial airline. But Brynn is the one who said to her, Ubah says, who are you flying private with, Brynn? Brynn says, you're not Naomi. Brynn's the one who said to her, you're not Naomi. She didn't compare herself to Naomi. Brynn said to her, you're not Naomi. And then Ubah says, Naomi and Jessel wish they were me. But Brynn brought up Naomi's name first.
Yes, yes.
And she's not when everyone's talking about it and everything I see on social media, that's not what they're saying, that how dare Ubah compare herself.
I mean, listen, they're all models. And,
right.
I know. Jessel wasn't a supermodel. Jessel was, was she?
I mean,
well, I guess she was.
I think she was. I think she was considered a supermodel. But I think pretty much if you're a Victoria's Secret's model, you're considered a supermodel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, by the way, Ubah could be a supermodel.
She could. Look at her.
Listen, and it's Brynn that started it. She's the one who started it. And that's the whole point.
I wish Ubah went in harder when she kept saying, Brynn, you're fake. You're fake. Why? Say why.
Right.
Say why.
And Brynn's yelling that she's sticking up for Erin. And Erin is telling Brynn that she's got up to diffuse the situation. She didn't need her yelling and making it worse. And then Brynn feels like Erin doesn't have her back when Brynn was trying to have Erin's back, but Erin didn't need Brynn to have her back. She got up so that she didn't engage and she walked away.
And listen, we don't need everybody ganging up. If you got beef with somebody, you talk to that person. Nobody else needs to be around. You know what I mean? It's not a pile on. If you have something to say to somebody, say it. You don't need your friend there backing you up.
Right. 100%. I agree with you 100%.
Especially Brynn, who runs her mouth constantly. Especially in her confessionals. She's rude.
Yeah. And so Sai says it's fucked up that Erin told Jessel that Sai and Brynn were talking shit about her and didn't include herself in what was said. So then Erin goes and says to Jessel, thanks a lot for telling Sai that Brynn and I were talking trash. Erin says, I'll never trust you again. So this was brought up on Watch What Happens Live too, because Erin and Sai were both on it. Basically, Erin admits that, she was just as much to blame as Sai. And Sai didn't do anything wrong.
But she didn't say that in Puerto Rico. Erin,
no, she didn't. No, she absolutely didn't. And that's the thing, though, with Erin. She doesn't always own it at the time. I guess when she reflects on it and watches it back, or
I think she's just scared to admit it in the moment because she doesn't want to get the heat.
Yeah, and honestly, that was such a volatile situation at the time anyway, because she was just diffusing the situation with Ubah, and now they're bringing in Jessel and Sai about, and Brynn. It just was a lot going on at the same time.
Right. It was a lot. And
we don't know, there's still something worse that happens. This is still not it. And
it's
Andy
the
has
finale next episode.
Yeah, and Andy has said, and the ladies have said that this has never happened before and that this is not repairable. I can't imagine what it is.
Yeah, and Sai said, everybody's going to be shocked.
I hope that this is true. I hope they're not building it up and then it's not what they're saying it is.
I know, because Andy does do that. He does that about every franchise's new season. Just wait until you see. And then it's see what?
Right.
Potomac, see what? Mia act a fool?
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this is really...
We will see. I also saw somebody said, I didn't look it up to verify it, but supposedly Ubah's man is a billionaire with a B.
I believe it.
I mean, I don't know.
I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. I'm just happy that she's happy and she's got a man.
Me
I'm
too.
happy that she's happy. If she decides not to come back for another season, I think that would be okay, you know?
I'm really curious if any of them are coming back. I really, really am. People hate this show. They hate it. I don't
Well,
hate it. I don't think it's great.
I don't hate it. I don't think it's great. I think that Brynn needs to self-reflect and change course. I think she has the ability to change course.
Yes.
I think that Ubah doesn't need this. And I think it would be okay either way, whatever she decides.
Yeah. I think that production needs to start focusing on their work, their, personal. Again, it's kind of like what we just said about Salt Lake. Like, they're not giving us anything about their home lives. I mean, Ubah's talking about her journey trying to get pregnant. Brynn, but I don't even believe that Brynn's, I don't know.
Right.
We're not seeing, we're not seeing anything of substance about their lives. But I guess all of the franchises are heading in this direction. Like, it's just all about rumors and who said what about who. And it's tiresome.
It is tiresome. I mean, I feel like, listen, we do get to see Jessel's real life. We've seen several scenes with Jessel's mom. We've seen many scenes with Pavitt.
Yeah.
We know she's got 2 small children. As much as I was sick of hearing about Raquel and her mother, because we did hear about that a lot this season, we got to meet her mother.
Yeah, exactly. At least we got to see the dynamic between the two of them.
Right.
Kind of like, closed up loose ends, I guess, tied up.
Yes. Yeah. But like I said, at least we got to see her. We got to learn a little bit about her relationship and how complicated it is.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about Jenna, really. We don't. I mean,
she doesn't show her partner. She doesn't show her son. She doesn't even show anything about her work.
Well, yeah. I mean, her work is very limited right now, right? I mean, last season, she showed us a little bit about her lashes. She's got the lash line, and now she started this other consulting position, or what is she? Yeah, she calls herself editor at large. But we don't really know about her per se, right? Sai, I think we know about Sai. We've seen David many times. We've seen her aunt. We've seen her upstate New York house. We've seen her house in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen different sides of her, right? The only thing we've seen about Brynn is we've seen her brother and her dog.
The guy.
Gideon, yeah. But we don't really know Brynn. We only know what Brynn wants us to know. And Brynn doesn't give us real information. Brynn needs to stop overproducing and just be herself.
Exactly.
And let us see
agree.
who she really is.
Right.
I think that Rebecca's definitely not going to come back.
No, I don't think she wants to, and I don't think they want her.
Yeah, I don't think Rebecca's coming back. I guess we just have to wait and see what happens. I know there is a lot of talk. People really, they miss the old New York, but you can't bring back the old New York. It wouldn't work. I think that a younger cast is good. I just think that they need to, like you said, focus on the right things and maybe bring in a different mix of people, like somebody else.
Somebody who's willing to show every facet of their life. You can't half-ass it. Like, we knew everything. I mean, we didn't know that Luann had an open marriage, but we eventually knew that. But Luann showed her kids. Luann showed her brownstone. Ramona showed us everything. These women showed everything. Yes, there was some drama in there, but we really knew like what was going on in their lives. But we didn't know that Mario was a big fat cheater.
Oh, I think we knew that.
Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Bethany showed everything. Carol showed everything. Like, these, that's what you want. Like we talked about it with the Beverly Hills episode, because you said, what was the double standard with, Jenna not showing. Jenna came on the show and didn't want to show her love life. Okay, I respect that, because it's not like she was in a long-standing marriage where like you both had a conversation about signing on to this show. But come on, Jenna, you got to show us your son, which she
Yeah, I mean, we saw her son once or twice.
Something. Yeah, you have to give us something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is what you need to do, Bravo. You need to cast people who are willing to put it all out there. Like Emily Simpson.
You know,
like, she puts everything
Emily,
out there.
she does put everything out there. You know what I thought was an interesting idea? Who said it? On one of the Watch What Happens Live, they said maybe they should bring back, and I wasn't a fan of hers, but Heather. Heather?
Thomas.
Yeah.
Heather Thomas.
Yes. The one who worked for Diddy.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of hers, but that would be interesting.
What she used to say, holla. She said that all the time.
Yes, she did.
It was so long ago. I can't remember if I liked her a lot, but I remember her calling somebody out for having a ghostwriter.
Wasn't Carol, because I'm sure it wasn't Carol that had a ghostwriter.
No, who were they talking about?
Well, who else had a book?
Carol called her out for having a ghostwriter.
That would seem more like it, to be quite honest with you.
Maybe that's what it was. I forget. Or Aviva. Did Aviva write a book?
Oh, I don't think so.
Because she was on with Aviva.
Yeah, no, I don't think Aviva wrote a book. You think she did?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look.
What would it be about?
Harry Dubin.
God, I did hear that Carol and Andy have made up.
I did see that as well.
Yeah, so that's good.
That's good. But she was right when she said he got rich off the backs of these women. She was 100% right. So I hope she didn't backpedal on that.
Well, I can't see her back. She have no reason to backpedal.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense that they squashed their beef because now Andy can't stand Bethany because of the whole reality reckoning. And Carol and Bethany had a falling out. So, this all plays in line. Bring Carol back. I loved Carol. She was one of my favorite housewives. She took no shit from anybody.
It's Carol too. And I would say bring her back, but I don't think she fits in with this group.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, because Jenna's older too.
What about Tinsley? Bring Tinsley back. She got her happily ever after.
There's no way Tinsley would come back. I would love to. I know. I would love to see Tinsley again, but there's no way she would come back. She got her happily ever after, and she's got her family. Why would she? She has everything she wants.
Yeah, I'm so happy for her. I really am happy for her.
I am too. So who could they bring back that would actually work? Kelly Ben-Simone. Did you
see the picture online of Kelly with, who the hell was she with? It wasn't anybody from New York. Was it? No, Sutton. It was Kelly Ben-Simone and Sutton. And Sutton posted the picture and they looked like themselves. And then Kelly posted the picture of it all filtered. I mean, I saw Kelly's picture first and I'm like, who is that? Because it wasn't, I don't follow Kelly. So I saw it on some, Bravo. I had no idea it was her. She used so many filters. Or whatever the filter that she used.
I did see that. So funny.
Yeah. And then Sutton's was then I saw another post of Sutton's picture side by side. I'm like, that's what they really look like. That was funny.
That is funny.
No Kelly Ben-Simone.
No, I was joking. All right. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, so next week's the finale. So
next week's
really
the finale.
Explode.
Yes.
All right.
So until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Bye.
Bye.